Give us a hint what it is you're interested in talking about this morning.
This is, as we're sitting here at the end of the year, I am going, and what's up for next year? So I have some goals around the business things, and I want to take a look at my volunteer work. What's the contribution I want to make to the world in a volunteer way? Nothing very sizable in that goal, but
oh no. So I sense in that quite a good deal of experience in volunteering. What's your experience of volunteering?
Well, the primary volunteer activity over the last few years has been in the International Coach Federation as a president, as past president, as advisor to the board, and there's that, and there's some volunteer effort through our church activities, and those have kind of dwindled throughout the year. So, so I have that as previous experience.
So you mentioned shrinkage, right? Dwindling throughout the year. What is your desire now in terms of the amount of volunteer activities you engage in?
I don't know if it's the amount or if it's the magnitude, the reach, the impact, those are words that resonate with me in terms of I'm not, I think right now I'm not interested in like 2 hours a week.
Right.
I'm more interested in so that what can happen, so that what can be the result of, and then the time necessary for that is what's necessary for that. So
the quality of the engagement and impact being the most important.
Yes, I like the way you said that.
And then the time just flows from that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So as you think into and feel into what it's like to volunteer, what comes up for you as the meaning of volunteering for you personally?
It's paying back. As I say that, it's like, well, okay, there's a balance sheet and there's debits and credits and blah blah. No, there was volunteering that I received early in my life from volunteer coaches, volunteers that contributed to where I am today. That in mentoring and I want to give back. I want to make a difference in the community with people who are not expecting to pay for it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's like it's almost a surprise. There's some gifting there.
Well, like when you go through the toll booth and the person in front of you has paid the toll. It's for you.
Yeah, unexpected.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, there's no obligation on the other end. It's and yet I know there's a reciprocity there of what I am giving will come back, and maybe not to me individually, but come back to society.
Several questions come up for me, but I think the most important one at this juncture to ask you is, at the end of our time today, what are you hoping for in terms of the outcome you'd like to see from this session?
I would like to focus on that quality of engagement and impact. So what are the qualities of an engagement? I have a list of potential places that I could go volunteer, but I think that's on the next step. Once there's clarity around what are the attributes or of the engagement that I want.
Good question. So what's the best way to get at that, do you think, that those qualities of the engagement you want?
I think let's make a list.
Okay. Oh boy, a list. I heard that.
And I like a list. So
Yes, good. It never hurts to make a list, they say, right?
I write things down.
Right. So what's at the top? Or would rise to the top eventually anyway.
What are the attributes that I want in the engagement? I want an engagement where I can utilize my coaching skills.
Mm-hmm.
I want an engagement where potentially I could mentor. I want an engagement where the people that I'm engaging with realize a positive difference in their life. I want an engagement where I look forward to it, where it's fun, where this one may or may not stay on the list, where there's some physical activity involved. It become somewhat sedentary for the last couple.
A lot of desk time, right? A lot of in the seat time, yeah.
So where the engagement itself requires movement.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's learning on both sides. Yeah, I think that
feels like equal exchange when you say that. You know, like part of systems theory, where there's learning on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Things I was curious about, by the way, this is a great list. You came right up with it. One of the things I was curious about is your essence statement and your values. As you look towards those in this context, does anything come up for you that stands out in the essence statement or those values that might be qualities that you are looking for in an engagement?
I don't know if I articulated it. There's inspirational.
Good one.
And that's on both sides. That gets to the place of looking forward to it, wanting to do it. I think that's what I would add to that list.
Great. It's really it feels like a real spiritual dimension to that. Inspirational. Expanding the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a meaty list.
I'm glad you wrote it down.
I did, and I'll be happy to share it as well. So you want me to read it back to you?
Would you? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and I can also I'll also type it up. Yeah, exactly. I'll also type it up and send it to you to make sure you've got it. But you want to utilize your coaching skills. Just try and stop you, right? You want to mentor. You want the people that you engage with to be in the space where they realize a positive difference in their life. You want to look forward to the experience of this volunteerism and to have fun. And you want to move around. You want to be engaged with something that requires some movement and not just being really static or stationary. You want that reciprocal exchange, learning happening on both sides, equal exchange. And you want it to be inspirational also for both yourself and for the people you're engaged with.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good. I will type those up and send them to you.
I like that.
So where to now? Let's check in. What next?
Having heard that, nothing comes to mind to add to it.
Okay.
So then for me, the next place would be, what's the impact I want to cause? So if that's the qualities of the engagement, what's the impact?
Good. And for you, is that how you will know you have been successful? Well, let me rephrase that. How will you know?
I don't know right now, Linda. I think that yes, there is some place of measure of success around the impact that I want to cause. And I noticed myself going, well, if I came to the conclusion that homelessness was the impact that I wanted to cause, a lot that want to do away with,
right? Yeah.
that, and so there was a place of ooh, really? Here comes the commitment part, and so I have not thought in very much detail or about the impact that I want to cause.
Okay.
So this is
next.
Good. This is good.
This is next. The impact.
And whether it becomes the measure or not, I don't know. I think there's some qualitative things in there too.
Okay, impact. What's important to you about the impact you may cause? What is the nature of that impact you wish to have?
I want the community that I engage with to be in a better place. And having said that, I immediately went to, and what's better?
Good question.
Better in terms of there's this personal sovereignty place that we talk about a lot.
Yes.
This place of generative wholeness, and if the people that I interact with over the next year could wholly step into that place of generative wholeness, the world would be a better place. So, yeah.
I saw some emotion rise when you said that.
Yeah, we've been through some family get-togethers over the holiday stuff, and I am so it's like just bombs going off in my consciousness of of the victimhood that lives
Oh, yes. The rich field of victimhood, right?
out in the world, and the I can'ts and I have to's and really, and who's owning your life and your experience, and if I can create a place for people to pause and make a different choice.
And increase their awareness or their capacity in terms of exercising their personal sovereignty.
Yeah.
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 That's powerful, Steve.
And so maybe that's it, Linda.
Maybe that is.
Bringing generative wholeness to all of my interactions. Intentionally. I know that it seeps out in the...
Yes. You can't help yourself. That's right. But you want to be intentional about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. What does being intentional about it do for you?
Well, first off, it causes it to happen. Yeah. So the quality of the experience is significantly... so back to the quality of the engagement.
Yes.
That list of things materialize as a result of being intentional.
Yes. They come to be. Okay. Yeah.
How's our time?
It's good. And I was just going to ask, we're getting close to the end. I was just going to ask if there's anything else. It feels from your nonverbal and verbal that there's a place of settling here. Is there anything else?
So the what else for me is I want that list.
I will get it to you right after we finish here.
I want to take that list. I want to with the impact of bringing generative wholeness to all my interactions. What then are opportunities that put those two together? That's the next place, is to search.
Yes.
Is to search for the venue or the group or the tribe, for lack of a better.
Yes, I got it. I want to really acknowledge you for, the generative wholeness way in which you are approaching this question, to really think through what your interests are and what you want to have happen from the experience before looking for a particular place to go and to volunteer. To search for those qualities and to understand what it is that's important to you as you express yourself and make an impact. So I really acknowledge you for that. I think it's a approach that I could recommend to some of my clients as they talk about these things. You know what I mean? Yes, I do. Because a lot of people that I speak with are engaged in volunteer activities and struggling whether they want to put their energies in those places anymore. So thank you for that. You gave me a real gift.
So I'm realizing here, you're welcome, Ed. I'm realizing this is the I am model.
Yes, and I almost said that earlier because it is intention. You finished the sentence. Plus.
Attention.
Uh-huh.
Equals manifestation.
Yes. That is such a powerful model.
Yeah.
It really is. Thank you. Well, thank you for this session today. I think we're, from my perspective, at our end. How about you?
Thank you.